Happy New Year and welcome to day one of the 19 Days of Health in Yourself. I'm Blair Workala, Holistic RN, and I'd like to start off today with what I believe to be that missing puzzle piece for a lot of folks, and it's why they just, despite their best efforts, cannot achieve optimal health. And it's something that is actually newly discovered, so you might not even know about it, and it is actually a body system that we all have. It is a series of receptors throughout the body, and it's called the endocannabinoid system. And what it does is its role is to bring the body into homeostasis, and that is a just right kind of Goldilocks state of being. And we actually make our own cannabinoids, and these are substances that engage these receptors. But if we are, as we age, if we have some type of illness or too much stress or environmental toxins or even some genetic conditions, we may not be making enough to give our endocannabinoid system the support it needs. And the importance of this is that the endocannabinoid system is the great equalizer of all our body systems. So if you are dealing with a condition of another body system, it can be something like cardiovascular disease or even issues with metabolism, even things like diabetes, and your endocannabinoid system is not robust, then you are, or it's not functioning optimally, then you're going to have such a hard time getting traction with any other condition. So during these 19 days, and it is one of the tiers of bringing balance to your endocannabinoid system of optimizing health. So during these 19 days, consider how we can support it. Now I'm going to give you a multitude of ways, but one that's kind of all the rage now, and the reason that it is a lot of people are finding that they so respond to this because, you know, their endocannabinoid systems may be flailing a bit. But that is the use of plant-derived cannabinoids that kind of mimic what our body produces. So by adding that in for these 19 days will kind of just help top your endocannabinoid system off and, you know, help you get traction so that, you know, you can optimize your health finally. And it's something that I do not recommend that people overconsume or consume all the time. So we will discuss kind of the details around that. But so what you can consider, and a lot of people, they do the plant-derived CBD. Depends on your state. CBD though, hemp-derived CBD is now federally legal. Hooray! So you know that's kind of a good place to start. Is like a hemp-derived CBD product, and there are just, you know, gazillions out there available, but so what I want you to look for, because you know you definitely want to get a product that actually has, you know, the therapeutic ingredient in there. So it needs to tell you that. It needs to tell you, you know, how many milligrams of CBD are in a serving or in a milliliter. That's called the concentration. So look for that. If the product doesn't tell you, I would stay away from it. Another thing is full spectrum is good. And then you can also organic, of course, is going to be ideal. So, you know, it's very important that, you know, I don't want you to waste your money. So, you know, to get you a product that, you know, has some therapeutic potential. Now, I use Hemp Magic products, and I help with like practitioner education. And Melissa Lee Clark of Hemp Magic, during this journey, she is going to offer her hemp-derived, high concentration, full spectrum, high bioavailability products for 19% off. So it's just use the coupon code, and I'll put the links down below. The coupon code 19 days, and the days are all caps. So, you know, in relation to the, you know, our other areas, chronic disease risk, of course, if your endocannabinoid system is a great controller of all your other body systems, it's going to have a huge impact. If you get that, if you support it, then you're going to be protecting yourself, giving yourself some protection against chronic disease, and it also has an impact, believe it or not, on metabolism. And there are, just because we've been limited in our ability to study, there needs to be more rigorous studies. But people who consume it tend to have, even if they're consuming more calories, tend to have a lower body mass index, and that's more of a correlative study. And then there's also studies where it enhances our mitochondria and is conducive to browning of our fat, which is another issue. But white fat is the kind of fat that is attributed to metabolic syndrome and chronic disease. But the brown fat is actually metabolically active fat, so it actually is more kind of thermogenic and more conducive to a healthier BMI, which is body mass index. Okay, that's enough for today. And I will, the coupon code 19 days, all caps, and comment and share and ask questions, because that participation will, you'll be eligible for some of our giveaways. All right, I appreciate you, and I'll see you tomorrow.